Chancellor, Mr. Robert Bermudez, Vice Chancellor, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, Pro-Vice Chancellor and Campus Principal, Professor Brian Copeland, university executives and other members of staff, fellow graduates. Before all else, I thank the person or persons who deemed me worthy of so great an honor and nominated me for this award. The relevant committee of the University of the West Indies for being of similar mind and bestowing it on me, and the public orator for her oration. I am deeply moved and greatly humbled. I thank Almighty God for strength and my wife and daughters for their love and support throughout the years. There is with the award a bonus in that this has given me the opportunity to do something I was unable to do on 2 previous occasions, standing on a stage at a graduation ceremony to receive the award of a degree. In January 1961, when I could have done so at the graduation ceremony held at the then University College of the West Indies on the Mona campus, Jamaica, I was in Scotland, having gone there on the 30th of September in the previous year. 3 years later, I could have done so at the University of St. Andrews in Scotland, but I was in Trinidad, having arrived here on September the 30th, 1963, a few hours ahead of Madame Flora, not, however, with the destructive intent that was hers, but to take up an appointment in October as the sole botanist among the group of pioneers appointed to the newly instituted College of Arts and Sciences on this campus. This occasion is thus for me, in every sense of the word, a virtual first. Next, I extend congratulations to the graduating class of 2019-2020, wherever you are. I know that coming to the end of your journey here, you had of necessity to switch to a new form of instruction and study, occasioned by the pandemic pause to which, for our safety, we were all subjected. But you fought the good fight, completed the course, and are now about to reap your just rewards. My heartiest congratulations. Bind me not to the pasture, chain me not to the plough, set me free to find my calling, and I'll return to you somehow. Those are the words of the chorus of a song by Martha Keane, entitled Homeward Bound. Set me free to find my calling, and I'll return to you somehow. Upon a time the world over, the career path taken by a young man or young woman was carefully charted by a parent or parents. The input of the person concerned was minimal, if any at all. You live in a day and age when, for the majority, if not all of you, the choice of career upon which you embark is yours. You've chosen the path that in your mind will give you the greatest satisfaction. The possibility exists that after a few years you might feel you'd chosen incorrectly. Fortunately, you live in a day and age in which it is not only easy, but sometimes necessary to change careers. Modern technology has rendered some skills performed by humans redundant, as these can now be performed by robots. You're now qualified in a specific area. There's a pitfall I advise you to avoid: the notion that having completed a degree course of study, you know it all. Learning is a lifelong endeavor. We who are older and started the journey earlier than you are just some distance ahead of you. For us, as for you, there's still a lot to be learnt, a lot to be discovered, new skills in which to become adept, and many problems relating to the islands in which we live to be solved. Although for some of us, among which number I include myself, the evening hour is fast approaching, the days are growing shorter, the shadows longer, there is still a lot we can do, a lot we need to learn, a lot we can discover, and a lot we can do in the few hours of sunshine still available to us. In this context, I invite you, in addition to the practice of your chosen career, to join us whenever time permits in a collaborative effort. The choice is yours. If you do so choose, taking the liberty to change the famous quote by Albert Camus slightly, I ask that in the exuberance of your youth, you run not ahead of us, for we might not follow, nor that you walk behind us, for we might not lead, but join us no longer in a tutor-tutee relationship, but in collaboration with each other. You were born in a different age from that in which we who are older were. You are natives of a digital world and speak a language that is different from that to which we are accustomed. We are immigrants to your land, and although many of our number have become reasonably competent in your language, many of us are not as digitally savvy as you are. On the other hand, if some of the verses in the book of Job, the writings of Oscar Wilde and such others are to be believed, by virtue of our greater age than yours, we are wiser than you are at this point in the time of your life. We complement each other, and as such, we need each other. Let us then, whenever we can, wherever we can, and in whatever way we may, together use the skills and information that we have acquired, many of us at the expense of so many of our fellow brothers and sisters who have not had the opportunity that we have had to better ourselves with study beyond the secondary level, to help them to enjoy a better quality of life than many of them currently do. The choice is yours. You are on the threshold of embarking on a journey that at some time in our lives we must all undertake. My yestercentury, your tomorrow. Figuratively, as you journey along, possibly thinking of how best in your career you can serve your country, what should you make of your life, you will come to a point at which the road on which you travel is intersected at right angles by another road. That point is the crossroads of decision. There you are offered 4 options. Each one leads to a specific destination at the end of one of the 4 arms of the intersection. The destination to which each one leads is clearly marked on a signpost. The sign pointing in the direction from which you started your journey states, education. Should you decide to begin at the highest rung of the ladder, about turn and retrace your footsteps to the place you left or similar institution, you will spend your life engaged in a judicious mix of research and teaching. In the latter, helping youngsters such as you were a few years ago to develop certain skills, introducing them to information and concepts in such a manner that they're stimulated to read beyond the skeleton with which they have been presented, and upon which they, from their readings, put flesh. Of greatest importance, encouraging them to think outside the box, an attribute of need in our circumstances, where the expression, necessity is the mother of invention, is not a cliche, but our reality. We need innovators. The sign pointing to your right is marked in the pursuit of riches. That needs no explanation. It offers, however, great possibilities for philanthropic endeavor. The sign pointing to your left is marked in the pursuit of power. Neither does that need an explanation. Those who are in power are there for a specific purpose, as pointed out by the Apostle Paul in his epistle to the Romans. Believing, I suppose, that all the decisions made by them are in our best interest, he urges us to obey them. An injunction of relevance in this current season of COVID-19. The sign that points straight ahead is marked in total service to humanity. The choice is yours. Nevertheless, I suggest that on arriving at that juncture, you pause for as long as it is necessary for you to read the signs carefully, to think about their offerings prayerfully, then having done so, to make your choice honestly. And whatever your choice be, may Almighty God in his mercy prosper your endeavors. The best of wishes to you all. Thank you.